Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to Episode 3 of the Under Review podcast. We're going to be going over some draft recap and some NBA today. We got a special guest, Jay. If you guys watched the draft episode, then you saw quite a bit of Jay for like the first 10 to 12 picks, but we're rolling with him again for this. So if everyone's got we're going to share winners and losers, who we think is a winner. We'll go with winners first of the draft. Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to My winner is going to be the Miami Dolphins. I mean, they pick up Jalen Waddle at 6, who I had as the best receiver coming out of this draft. They pick up Jalen Phillips at 18, which I felt like was the best edge rusher coming out of this draft. And then they pick up Javon Holland at safety in the second round. Another guy that's just, I mean, if you didn't have him number 1, you had him number 2. And then they get a Leon Eckenberg from Notre Dame, an offensive tackle, which is one of the better offensive tackles in the draft, especially getting him in the second round. The only part that they felt like they reached on was their third round pick with Hunter Long, but for the most part, that's the only bad pick that I felt like they had all draft. Omar, you got a winner? Definitely reached. Miami. That- Josh Palmer's not a sleeper pick either. Dude, 6'1", 6'1", 210 out of Tennessee. Mhm. My here, Stomp, you can go first. You can name your loser if you want. I think I think I got a better loser to be honest, but here we go. You guys tell me if you think any of these are a good pick. Round 3, pick 3. Davis Mills out of Stanford. Not a good pick, right? Houston Texans, by the way. Ra- yep. Ra- it is. It, which is even worse. Because look, they gave up DeAndre Hopkins. They don't have JJ Watt anymore, which obviously cut him, but I don't like. You still lost JJ Watt at the end of the year. Was Tunsil before Hopkins? Yeah. They, yeah. Which I knew that's where one of them went. I just didn't know if it was this year's or not. But I mean, you give away DeAndre Hopkins and somehow don't have a first round pick for 2 years. It's kind of like, come on now. They did it to themselves, which is why I put it on them. Like Seattle didn't have a great draft, but they actually got Jamal Adams, so I don't really care that they didn't have a pick. They they get Nico Collins at round 3, pick 26, wide receiver out of Michigan. Sleeper, you're right, and it might be their only good pick. Round So then you go round 5, pick 3. They go a whole round without having to pick again. You pick Brevin Jordan, who might as well just be an undersized, like, he's not even undersized, he's 6'3", but I feel like he's this weird version of a tight end that's not truly a tight end, and not, like, that great enough to go put at wide receiver. So I feel like they end up with, like, not that great of a pick at round 5, pick 3 for Brevin Jordan. And then, I mean, their next pick is another round 5 and round 6. They take Roy Lopez out of Arizona, and then Garrett Wallow out of TCU, an inside linebacker. And I just feel like they did nothing that actually improved their team. There's nothing on that list that improved their team. Did you see Jawan James might lose $20 million after working out on his own and not with the team? That's insane that an athlete might lose $20 million for working out. Oh, I understand from the team. It's more like the NFL's fault for like that being a loophole that teams can take. No, but I know why players are mad, and I don't. And at the end of the day, I don't think it should be a thing. But that's on the NFL. It's not on the Broncos. Like, and then do you guys have a steal of the draft? Yeah, it's the top one.
That boy JOK is a freaking demon, man.
Well, their weakest part was their linebacking core on
Yeah.
that team. So, um, obviously they buffed that up, getting him.
Yeah, definitely.
Oof. This
Uh,
p- this team nice.
Dude, not to mention their secondary. I mean, Greg Newsome was a stud in college. They have Greedy Williams, who maybe hasn't progressed as well as people thought, but I'm pretty sure he was injured last year.
Yeah.
You got Denzel Ward, who is a baller. Then you signed John Johnson the third or the second from free agency, who played for the Rams last year.
Mhm.
And then who was their free safety? Delpit, who tore his Achilles last year, but who was a stud in college. So I think their defense is, especially their secondary, is scary.
Mhm. That shit's scary.
Yeah.
Who would have thought the Browns might be the best in their division? Who would have thought someone would say that?
Some
that's
people weren't
true.
too happy with the Najee Harris pick for Pittsburgh.
But I mean, I think we all seen it coming though.
I
Yeah.
think we've
I
seen it
just
coming, but like I guess from some people's point of views, their offensive line is not as good as it used to be.
and I
Mhm.
think you can take a run. Like we saw how far Michael Carter dropped. I feel like if you
Yeah,
needed a running back in this draft, you could have just waited and picked Michael Carter
True.
instead.
I wanted Carter. Didn't get any of the running backs I wanted.
Well,
Michael Carter. I, I don't know who do you think the picks for the Steelers should have drafted? Or like who would you drafted?
Depending on who would have been on the board at the time. But I mean, I don't
Uh,
I don't hate the Najee pick because
yeah.
can you name a running back on their roster? Is
Is
Benny Snell
Williams
still
still there?
there? Yeah, it would be. I couldn't even tell you who was it Benny Snell last year?
He was
I think
in some of the time.
Najee Harris, Benny Snell, and Anthony McFarland. Oh, they picked up Kellen Balaj in the offseason. So I mean, if you think Benny Snell and Anthony McFarland can do something for you guys, then more power to you. But
I don't
I
know.
think one of the best picks for like best fit that the team could have is one of the Cardinals picks when they took Rondell Moore in the second round.
yeah,
I think that's gonna fit their offense immediately. Like immediately he's just gonna put into that gadget role and I mean you imagine just chasing him and Kyler Murray all day?
No,
Like that's not gonna be fun for people. It's not
that
gonna
was
be
a
easy.
baller at Purdue, man.
Like like their offense is just so stacked now. You're gonna deal with Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Rondell Moore, uh, Christian Kirk. If
Christian
Larry
Kirk.
Fitzgerald decides to come back, which he's still deciding whether to do or not, I don't know why he wouldn't. It's pretty much the best chance that he's gonna have at a ring.
I'd say this is probably it for him though.
Yeah,
Oh
I think he's
yeah.
got to come back this last year. And then we'll go around the table here. Omar, how do you feel like the Cowboys picked?
Oh, it's a great
We'll just talk about favorite teams.
Probably a B plus. I like B minus actually. I'll blunt it. I mean, their best pick was Mika Parsons, to be honest.
What a demon.
Yeah, we got to start with them. Calvin Joseph, man, I haven't seen him enough to actually like tell you great or not. Cause I mean, who really pays attention like Kentucky? I don't know.
I mean, last year they were interesting to watch. Saw a whole
My
lot of defensive people off their team.
my favorite pick that they got, like who they drafted is their last third round pick was Nishan Wright from Oregon State. What is he, like 6'4", like hell of a reach. The guy, the guy's brother was on Last Chance here as well, and now I think he comes to the league next year as well. But I mean, I just feel like he's more of a side. I think he had like 5 picks, like something in the rounds with like 16 deflection, and like he was like pretty balling out there, dude. So I mean, that's personally like my favorite pick out of like all the picks we had. Like we didn't do too bad, but like overall, I guess like DP mine.
I think that's our biggest project pick.
You think so?
Is Deshaun Wright? Yeah, I think he's got like all the athleticism in the world, but his technical, from like a technical standpoint, I don't think he's like coming in that close
Ready?
to being impact right away.
Oh yeah, of course. But I just feel like that was my favorite, like my favorite best pick that we had.
I think our best value pick is Jabril Cox in the fourth
I was
Yeah.
round.
just about to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the best value pick for us by far. Because I mean, we could have taken him beginning of the third, and like people wouldn't have even blinked an eye.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, getting him in the fourth is kind of ridiculous.
I don't even think it would have been that big of a deal if he was taken in the second or third round.
Yeah, I
I
was
just think
honestly expecting
there's
him to go in the
yeah.
second, but
I just think there's so much talent on the board this year that players were gonna have to fall, and
Mm-hmm.
sucks if you're one of those
Yeah, you just
guys.
didn't know
But
who.
I think
yeah,
it helps with how far Jeremiah fell. Jeremiah doesn't fall
yeah,
that far, then Jabril probably goes in the second.
yeah.
Jay, how do you feel like the Falcons picked?
I like it. I'd probably give him a B. I don't think it was anything crazy. I really wanted to get a running back in the draft, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're gonna put their cards in Mike Davis, and then we picked up Javon Hawkins from Louisville as an undrafted free agent. So I like it. I really like the Richie Grant pick. Um, I think he was probably the second best safety on the board. Uh, I think he's a little bit. I think he's a little bit better all around than Trevon Moehrig is, but I think Moehrig has way better coverage skills than he does. So beefed up the O line. But my favorite pick is probably after watching Kyle Pitts highlights. I really do like the Kyle Pitts one, but it's between Pitts and Richie Grant. My favorite pick.
I think Kyle Pitt was just probably like, the best talent to come out of the first round. But
That dude's a freaking stud.
he's
He is.
He,
I mean, they
He's
came
a
out and they said that
stud.
he's gonna be strictly a tight end, but I mean, and they
you
said
yeah.
guys
that
got to put
Hurst.
him in the slot.
They
Yeah, you
said
gotta put him in
Hurst.
the slot.
They said Hurst and Pitts are gonna be on the field at the same time, and
That's
I
crazy.
mean, I don't think Hurst is that bad. I think Hurst is an above average tight end, but the Falcons' offense last year was really lackluster. I think if Arthur Smith can get the offense going how he had Tennessee's offense going, then the Falcons' offense could go back to being as scary as it was. Maybe not as bad as in 2016, but it could. I mean, Julio's healthy, Ridley, Hurst. The only thing we're missing is a running back, really.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
you don't need a very good one when you got 5 corners on the field trying to guard those guys. So.
Just resign Freeman, dude.
Freeman is
Jeez,
long
man.
gone.
Doesn't he play for the Giants still?
No, he got cut. I'm
He
pretty
He
sure
got
he's
got
a
cut.
free
Yeah,
agent.
there's no way
Go
he's
go
starting the year on a team.
yeah. Go sign Gurley again, dude.
No thanks.
Where did he even go? Is he on a team?
I
No,
don't
he's a
think he's
free
on the team.
agent.
He's a free agent.
Damn.
So.
Yeah,
That
he
might be the
Just got
quickest we've
left
seen a running back fall, dude.
Mhm.
he literally went from being he was the league MVP, wasn't he? Or the
Yeah.
offensive player of the year? Yeah, to literally I don't know, like destroying his knee.
He blew
Like
out his knee, didn't. That was it.
like he had yeah, obviously because I watched the Falcons all year, but he had like a really bad tendency that he didn't used to do as much when he was younger. Like instead of going downhill, he liked to bounce everything outside, and I really think that turned the Falcons off. And then, of course, his go-ahead touchdown against the Lions to
Oh, that's funny, man.
lose the game. Nothing
Uh,
like one of my best friends just roasting me all year for that shit.
that must have
So,
sucked.
Alright, Stomp,
Uh,
what about the Saints draft?
Come on, who that, man? See, I understand with the Peyton Turner pick because Marcus Davenport gets injured a lot, especially on his I think it's his calves. So Peyton Turner having him as just a backup to that long arm dude. I didn't even know bro was 6'6", bro. That's just ridiculous. 6'6", 268. That's just ridiculous. So I just expect him to be a shadow for Marcus Davenport on our end, and with Cam Jordan there, it's gonna be feasting. But I can never pronounce his last name. Adebo? I love
yeah.
Adebo, dude. The Saints were lacking in a corner now because we lost Jack Rabbit on the offseason, and they were saying that freaking CD Deuce or Chris Gardner Johnson, however he wants to be called. I wanted to stick him as a nickel still because that's where he shines at the most. And hopefully he starts him and Pete Werner because for some reason the Saints and Ohio are best friends. I don't know who they're talking to. Sean Payton's talking to, but they just been best friends. Hopefully Pete Werner starts because he need Demario Davis and we lost Quan Alexander. Unless we sign him in the offseason, but I highly doubt it because he needs freaking bread, and our cap space is never always good. But I like Adebo the most. He should start. If he doesn't start, then I don't know what we're doing.
Who would you have liked to pick in the first round with that 28 pick?
28. If there's
Yeah.
what me, I wanted Greg Newsome. I just thought he was a freaking dog. I was. It was either him. Yeah, just him mainly because I already know we aren't gonna get Patrick Surtain, and then J.C. Horn was already off the board. I was screaming for J.C. Horn, but I don't think any. Well, I wasn't expecting Carolina to get him. I thought the freaking Cowboys were gonna get him, honestly.
I think Surtain is a better overall corner, but they're like everything that I was saying that JC Horn's a better athlete. But
Yeah,
he's a
JC man to
project
man
corner.
is gonna be
Yeah.
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. He's man to man is
Man to
ridiculous,
man
and
on
And
the
look
boundary is gonna be insane.
look who's in that division too though.
yeah.
Julio, Ridley, Pitts, Michael Thomas, uh
Have a fun
And then
year.
Traquan Smith
you got
still,
Mike
Mike
Evans,
Evans,
Mike
Antonio
Evans.
Brown,
Chris
Godwin.
Godwin.
I
Gavin,
mean,
Yeah.
Gronk.
there's Gronk, yeah.
I
So
forgot OJ Howard.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
damn, he was rumored to get traded last year.
Yeah,
He never got traded, yeah.
that's some.
Yeah, JC's gonna have a fun time
So do you think
down
there would have been
there.
a better defensive end for you guys to take at 28 or no? Are you okay with the
No, I don't mind Peyton Turner now. Like in the beginning, it's one of those moments I was just
I
feeding
mean,
the moment. I was like, really, Peyton Turner, really. But then I also seen that Marcus Davenport is just injury prone. So
yeah.
you could
and
have
we lost
taken
Malcolm
Greg
Brown.
Newsome.
No, that's not a
I
better defensive end.
no. If anything, I thought we are gonna select JOK. I was thinking about JOK and Demario Davis just roaming around the field, but
That'd been
just
crazy.
recovering with Pete Werner. Like I said, Ohio defense is just by far superior for the Saints for some reason.
Yeah, you guys have the Saints have now drafted 8 players from Ohio State since
That's what I'm
GM
saying.
Mickey Loomis took over in 2003.
Yep. That's why that boy. I might become a Buckeyes fan just because the Saints love him.
Imagine if Justin Fields would
We're
have fell
always
that low, he would have
accepting.
been going.
Bro, if he ever had Justin Fields, I'd cry.
I thought they could have traded up because they're gonna need a quarterback.
Do you
Chicago made the
expect
move.
But they
do you
should
expect
have.
anyone on the Saints to restructure their contract to open up cap space for them or no?
Yeah, I think
Who
so,
would?
but the most paid person on our team right now is Michael Thomas. That's the highest.
Uh,
He's the highest paid right now.
Do
Oh
they
no, Dreas
Ramchek is your
yeah,
guys' highest
Ramchek,
paid.
and I forgot Dreas Pete. I honestly hope they freaking. I don't like Dreas Pete. That dude.
He's only
Freaking got.
making 5.6 mil this year.
do they really need cap space after Drew's gone?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't
Yeah.
know what you guys use for it, but I use over the cap. And for 2021, you guys have $109,000 in cap space right now.
Yeah. I know.
So, and I can't laugh because the Falcons are not much better. So
And you guys get
Falcons
to
are,
sign
No,
rookies.
we were over a lot though for 2020. We were over.
yeah.
We dropped it down a lot.
I heard the Cowboys to fix their cap space problems are well, they cut Antoine Woods, and then they're gonna go try and extend Leighton Vander Esch before
Mm.
his 5th-year option.
Well, they declined it.
Yeah, I thought they declined it
They're
So
because
you
he's
declining
can't.
it.
injured prone.
You can't. The deadline to decline it was it Monday? I think it was Monday. It was Monday or Tuesday. So now,
Yeah, they're
but
gonna
like,
try and extend him through.
yeah, most people freak out when like the 5th year option is declined, but a lot of the times like there's tiers to the 5th year option. They were
Yeah.
saying like, so like if Ridley made the Pro Bowl this year, then like his 5th year option would have gone from 11 mil to 15 mil, and that would have
Mm.
just screwed the Falcons over. So instead, he's making 11 mil on his 5th year option. But like Hayden Hurst, who was like a basic tier 1 player, is only going to make 5 mil on his 5th year option, but we decided to not accept it and possibly sign him to an extension making around that or a little bit less, but like move the money around to where it's not guaranteed towards the cap.
Right.
So
Signing bonuses,
Shoot.
baby.
Falcon got to worry about Julio and Matt Ryan. They're taking over your cap space.
well,
Julio gonna be
It-
gone?
Doubt it.
see, I guess you could look at it two ways, like addition by subtraction. So you add Pitts to trade away Julio, but at the same time, we restructured Matt Ryan, which means he's going to be here for 2 more years at least 2 more years. Not restructuring Julio might be the best bet because of how his contract is played out. Because I think it was like 66 mil, but all of it was guaranteed this time. And why would you restructure Matt Ryan if you weren't planning on keeping Julio? But Julio still is an elite wide receiver, so the draft capital we could bring in to possibly get Matt Ryan's replacement, it would make sense to trade him.
Mhm.
Alright, next, we'll just browse through some topics here. The Jaguars still pick Travis Etienne. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Who knows?
ETN.
I don't know how to
Etienne.
pronounce his last name, bro.
But they still pick Travis Etienne even though they signed Carlos Hyde, and then they forget about James Robinson. Because the season this dude had last year was, I mean,
insane.
it was good. Like I
Yeah, he
like
was good.
like I wouldn't even be thinking of drafting a running back good.
Mhm.
But they took him with the 25th pick, right?
I took him with their second pick, whatever it was.
20, yeah, it was 20 something.
20 something.
Um,
Yeah. It was 25th for sure. I don't know.
they
Me,
took him with the 25th pick.
Yeah.
me personally, I feel like when they discussed to Trevor Lawrence on the phone when they were about to draft him, he must have said something. Or like they just wanted to make him happy. To me, it's like
I get the
me.
pairing. It's just James Robinson literally carried your guys' team on the
Yeah,
back on his back last year.
but they said Travis is gonna be like a third down running back. I don't think he's gonna be like or a second downer type of guy. They just said
Then
he's gonna be like a third.
what'd you sign
running back.
Carlos Hyde to do?
Carlos
Yeah.
Hyde was Carlos Hyde.
Yep.
They should have never signed though. I don't think that guy's good. He's
I mean, he's definitely a good or third down running back though.
running back, yeah, but I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like they just did it out of like to keep Trevor Lawrence happy. I don't think there was anything behind it. Feel like
To keep the
that's just
guy that
crazy.
you
Yeah,
picked with the
yeah.
first pick happy already.
Happy, yeah. Well, I mean,
It's a face of your
everyone's expecting,
franchise.
yeah, everyone's expecting Trevor Lawrence to be this god, bro. Like the
Who?
next
Yeah, but
freaking Tom Brady over here and
they
shit.
got more needs than running back. If you
Yeah,
got a second first round pick and like he wasn't gonna be the first running back off the board if it wasn't for them.
and Najee Harris was the first one.
Or second off the board. Sorry.
I don't hate the pick because I think ETN is a good change of pace back. I think he's a better receiving back than Carlos or
Mhm.
than Robinson is. But like, who out of the receiving core is a guy that can take over their game? Is there anyone?
I don't think there's a
That's
true
true.
number one.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a true number one, what's the next best thing? Give your quarterback options.
Yeah, that's very
And
true.
he's a better receiving back than Robinson is. Robinson
So
was a stud last year. But
Robinson's explosive.
if you have a chance to give the new face of your franchise multiple different weapons, why not?
That is
I get that, but why not address a different position before you do that? Or even better, just draft a wide receiver.
True. I mean, who was on the board? Well,
Because Greg
maybe
Newsom
they,
got picked right after them. So if you want to address corner, which Jacksonville pretty much needs everything, you just pick Greg Newsom right there. Or you take Rashad Bateman.
Mhm.
well, they also had the second round first pick, and they picked up Tyson Campbell, which was a corner, and Campbell was pretty good at Georgia. So, and they picked up C.J. Henderson last year out of Florida. So, I don't I don't hate the pick. I like their Andre Cisco pick. Um,
Who do you like better though, Greg Newsom or Tyson Campbell?
Newsom.
Newsom, do you
Yeah.
see anyone taking Travis? Do you see the Browns taking him? Probably not.
No.
Ravens taking him with the
No.
way that J.K. played? Probably not. Saints taking him?
No.
Packers? Nope.
no
No.
there.
Bills maybe. But
Yeah.
apparently
Very
the
true.
Bills still didn't take any of the other ones, so I don't know,
True.
truthfully. That's your only risk is the Bills, really. You could have had
Yeah.
Greg Newsom and him and just not. I don't know. That's just the way I think is like you could really just take a really good corner in the draft and get Travis later because I don't see any of these teams drafting Travis with their first round pick.
Maybe they just have different plans for him. I don't know. I mean, I
And they definitely don't need a tight end anymore because you know my dude Tim Tebow's gonna come in there with the word of God,
That's tight
with
end
the
too.
word of God on
you
his
know.
side.
How old is
That's,
that guy now? Like 30?
I have no idea.
Doesn't matter, Jay.
Yeah, it does. There's
Have you
something
seen a
in the
picture of
NFL.
him? He doesn't age.
No.
And he's jacked from taking the steroids over in baseball now, so.
Oh, jeez.
And then we'll go to offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year. I'll start it off. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna win offensive rookie of the year for the obvious of
Yeah.
I mean, he has no threat. Like he's gonna be the only quarterback that starts week 1 to me
Yeah.
unless Justin Fields beats out Andy Dalton. That'll probably be the only one that would have a chance at starting week 1.
You don't see
Well,
Trey
Zach
Lance?
Wilson, sorry, Zach Wilson. Completely forgot about Zach Wilson. Still think Trevor Lawrence though is probably gonna be the guy that wins it. And then defensive rookie of the year, I think it was pretty much whoever Dallas took, just based on how terrible we were. So you're obviously gonna see the improvement, and people are just gonna look at their first round pick. So I think Michael Parsons will end up winning defensive rookie of the year on that side.
Yeah.
I
That's-
I agree.
That sounds fair.
I don't
That's
know.
like a good
Let's just
option.
switch it up, bro. Let's give it to Justin Fields, man. Offensive rookie of the year.
You don't
You
even
don't
know if
think
he's
Trey
gonna
Lance is gonna start?
start.
I think he'll
No.
eventually
He'll
start,
start. He'll
but I
start
don't
week.
think he's gonna start week 1.
He'll start
Trey
week.
Lance is the perfect project quarterback for Kyle Shanahan.
It
Kyle
is.
Shanahan knows how to run an offense, and he has a mobile quarterback that has a good arm. Not a great arm,
Who
but a
who?
good arm.
He's got a cannon, just gotta
Uh,
work on the accuracy.
he will. All
Yeah.
right. I'll put it. I'm gonna predict Justin Fields doesn't start week 1, but week 1 game, Andy Dalton's gonna go throw 2 picks within the first half, and in the second half they'll play it.
No way.
No.
He
No
does not get
way.
benched in the first
A
game.
first week meltdown? Are you
100%.
serious?
100%.
No
That might be
way.
the most Matt Nagy thing that I've ever
Yeah,
heard, though.
literally.
That is Matt Nagy though. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Jay,
literally.
you got anything different? I, I mean, Kyle
Defense.
Pitts could be it if he goes.
Oh, if
I
he
mean,
goes
he has
dumb.
to go off.
He would
I'm
have to
saying
get
he
like
probably.
1,508 or
It's.
something.
I would. I don't even. I don't think he put up
I think.
I
1,500
don't.
I
I
think.
don't
dude.
think he could.
I
But
think
The
he'll lead in
reason.
TDs. I think
The
he'll lead
reason.
TDs in
Out of
like
who?
out of any tight end,
Or out of
like
all the offensive rookie?
all
Over
the like all
Kelsey?
the rookies.
Oh, out of rookies. Oh.
No, but like even in the red zone, I feel like he's gonna be the most targeted tight end ever, dude, just because of how big he is. Matt Ryan's just gonna see Eli ahead and boom, just got him.
See, like I think the
You
best
know,
thing going for Kyle Pitts is probably the worst thing going for Kyle Pitts because there's so many weapons to where you're not gonna be able to guard everybody, but yet
Not
there's
everyone's gonna be able to
so
eat.
many weapons, so the
he's
ball's
getting
gonna get
guarded
spread
by the
around.
safety too.
Yeah, yeah. So, and according to everyone, he's a safety mismatch. He's a nightmare for safeties.
What,
I think if Kyle Pitts
6'6"?
puts up like 8 touchdowns this year and 800 yards, I'd be okay with that. I mean, it's
No, that's a good season for him. I'm just saying, if he was gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year,
he's gonna need more. He
he'd
had
have
to
to hit
ball out.
1,300 type numbers.
Who was the last offensive rookie that wasn't a quarterback that won?
Hmm.
You guys know? I mean, I
Not
know they gave it to Herbert, but I honestly think you could have gave it to Jefferson
he
last
should
year.
have gave it to Jefferson.
It was probably Zeke, no?
Oh
He
yeah.
led the league in
Yeah,
rushing his rookie year.
that was 2016 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Justin Jefferson got snubbed, but
He did. It's just a quarterback's game.
Oh, sorry.
yeah, that's
Is actually running backs for a while. From 2015 all the way to 2018, it went Todd Gurley, Zeke, Kareem, and Alvin split it, and then Saquon took it in 2018. So Saquon's
Hmm.
technically the last person to win Offensive Rookie of the Year as a running back.
okay.
It should have been Justin Jefferson.
For defense, defensive rookie of the year. Damn. I'm going to say damn, I don't know. Screw it, I'll say Richie Grant. I think he's gonna end up starting for the Falcons. I think he was the second best safety on the board. I think he's gonna come and he's gonna flip that secondary.
All I'm saying is everyone's lucky that another Ohio State player wasn't in this one. 4 out of the last 5 years, Jay. That award's been ours.
For real.
Yeah. Well, what about your boy Sean Wade?
I don't even. Where did he end up?
5th round of Baltimore.
It's not a bad place, but he's just a slot corner. There's no. I don't think he can be anything past.
Oh, I think he got I think he got moved inside, and that's what they said messed him up.
No, he was a slot corner when he started at Ohio State because we still had Jeff Okudah and Damon Arnett, and that's when he was balling. And the second that they both left and he had to go
Oh
to
yeah,
an
he
outside
moved
corner,
outside.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's when everything started to go bad for him.
yeah. The minute he moved
He
outside,
was
it
a
got
great slot corner.
bad. Man, those highlights were not good on him, man.
No, it wasn't.
That was that was that was bad. I think he could bounce back though.
Oh, he could. I mean, he's got everything there. Size definitely isn't an issue either. Does everyone else have Micah Parsons besides Jay?
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
only one because of the Cowboys.
Hey,
Mediocre
I
I
mean,
hate them
defense.
Cowboys.
I just think the impact is just like no matter what, we're gonna be better than we were. Like, you can't be worse. So
There's no way you
those
guys can spend
people,
like 7 draft picks on defense and not get any better.
yeah, no, that's my point. I think like the numbers just have to improve so people will put it on.
2, 3,
It's
4,
because we
5,
got Micah Parsons.
7, 8,
Yeah, keep
8,
counting.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8 out of 11 players were drafted on defense. There's no way in fucking hell you guys don't get better on defense.
First time in Jerry Jones era that we drafted, like, what was it? Our first like 4 picks or something.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Like
5, 6.
5, dude.
Your first 6
Oh
picks were
yeah,
all
there you go.
defense. What
Those
if
all
there's a
came in 4
team?
rounds, right? The fifth round where we
Yeah.
drafted was
You
fifth round
guys,
when we drafted Josh Ball?
no,
Or
you
we
guys had
took
him in the
someone else?
4th round.
Okay.
You guys had 2 4th-round picks. But if there's a team to draft 8 out of 11 defensive players and not get any better, I think it's the Cowboys.
I'd say you're right, but looking at that draft, I just think it's like there's no
Impossible.
way.
I think you guys could say,
And we got Keanu Neal coming in with
Ah,
KZ.
that is a bust.
Yeah, thanks Jay.
fuck off.
And
I
he's gonna be
really,
playing linebacker this year on top of it, which I really like.
he has to put on weight though. He hits hard, but I think he's under 220.
Yeah.
They confirmed that he's
So
playing linebacker, so
I think you guys can say bye to Van Der Esch, bye to
Mhm.
Jalen Smith,
Yeah.
and Parsons and Cox are gonna take their place.
I
And then
completely
Keanu Neal
agree.
is gonna be like your guys' Viper, right? They like to call it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I think we start the year with just. I mean, I don't, cause saying Keanu Neal's not starting on this team sounds wrong, but I don't like. I think at the end of the day, like we're gonna have Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith there, and then Michael Parsons is gonna start. So I don't know if Keanu Neal's just gonna play this weird where we have him listed as a linebacker. He's just gonna be playing one of the safeties, and Casey will be at the other one. But I mean, by next year, I'm sure at least one of them are gonna be gone. One of the
Oh
others
yeah.
just not gonna be here.
he's a he's he's a worse Jamal Adams. He's a box safety that can't. He's not very good in coverage. He doesn't cover tight ends very well. But
Should have
I
signed
mean,
Hooker, man. Really could.
hope I would love to have Hooker, but
Still a free agent. Still
Yeah,
hasn't
no.
signed, but
for whatever reason,
they're just scared of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's just afraid of injuries.
I mean, Keanu
Um,
Neal had two back-to-back season-ending injuries, ACL
yeah,
and then
thanks,
Achilles.
thanks.
So
That's
Don't.
Dan Quinn though.
he's back with the Cowboys. What do you mean?
I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
no,
saying. That
yeah,
was Dan
no.
Quinn.
We're
That's what
saying
I'm
like
saying.
that's the only reason why he
He's
did it.
there.
Dan Quinn
Yeah.
Oh
said, "Come
yeah,
here."
yeah, yeah.
Understand he's there.
Um, big one. Aaron Rodgers. Where will he go? No
Raiders.
one knows. Nope, don't think. I don't think. I
Raiders.
know the report came out that Aaron Rodgers is interested in interested in whatever they have, but don't think he is. Um, yeah. Where do you guys think? Anyone think of a place other than the Raiders that he might go?
The
I think
I
there's
feel
only
like
one
the
team that makes
Broncos.
sense.
the Broncos, right?
Broncos only makes sense.
I was gonna say Washington.
Washington makes a lot of
What?
sense too, but
I was gonna say Washington.
I
I
think
think the
Packers are gonna get
Broncos have
greedy.
the best package to offer.
Definitely gonna get greedy.
If if you're looking to get player return, then Broncos. If you're looking to get draft capital return, probably Washington. I mean, Fitz is obviously going to be included in the patch or in the package, but that team, like defensive wise, is
Oh yeah, that
ready to
front
win
seven.
right now.
Yeah.
And then not to mention,
I
like they're
think
literally a
so is the
tight end.
Broncos defense though.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, because you
Von
got
Miller
Patrick
is not
Surtain.
who he used to be.
You still got
He's
Patrick
old, bro. What is he,
Surtain.
like
I
35
think
now?
Patrick Surtain might be in the trade for Rodgers if that were to happen.
Oh yeah, I
No
heard
way.
they said 2 first rounds and Patrick Surtain possible.
No way.
They
That's what
just
they
they
said.
just got him for trade value,
But
bro. Literally.
dude, their secondary was great last year.
Yeah, their secondary is
Their
nice.
And they
safeties are strong.
signed like
They
who they
drafted
pick up?
linebackers, picked up an offensive line. They already have a wide receiver core, same as Washington, but I think the Broncos line is a tiny bit better than Washington's
Yeah.
offensive line. Um, they drafted Javonte Williams too. Like
Yeah.
I think that offense with everything surrounding the QBs is right there. And then I think their defense is just as good as a lot of other people's.
If you're Washington or Broncos though, and you want Rodgers right now, what are you offering for Rodgers? What are you calling their GM
Patrick
for?
Surtain in my entire next draft if they want it.
You got to give it
If
2
Aaron
first rounds for
Rodgers goes to
Patrick.
the Broncos,
Or,
that's at least an AFC championship matchup. And then like it's just like Aaron Rodgers could go beat the Chiefs if he wants. It's Aaron Rodgers. Like you wouldn't count him out of that game, would you?
no, I
No.
think he could beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense
Cortland
is not that
Sutton,
good.
Jerry Judy, like who was their breakout last year?
Tim Patrick,
Tim
Yeah.
Patrick,
Noah Fant,
Noah
Melvin
Fant.
Gordon,
Melvin Gordon.
Javonte Williams.
They
It's a
got
good
team.
team.
I mean, that is a good team, but
Yeah.
you really think 2 firsts and Surtain would get Rodgers? I
don't know if
I
it
think the Packers are going to be
does.
It doesn't have to
greedy.
be Surtain, but it has to be at least 2. It has to be 2 first round picks.
Maybe
No
I
they're
way.
like
mean,
I don't know. Who knows?
I think the haul for Matt Stafford really fucked up the quarterback market. I mean, the Lions fucking did something amazing.
But the Rams
Congratulations to
always
them.
give so much, though, dude.
Yeah. The
The
Rams
If
Rams
never
have a
want to pick.
history of giving up everything,
the
dude.
the problem with
Yeah.
the Rams, if the Rams don't win with Stafford within the
They're
next like
nothing, bro.
2 or
I
3
think
years, they're
John McVay's
screwed.
Jay,
gone.
here's the thing though.
Yeah.
They could also hand the Packers Teddy Bridgewater.
I mean,
Washington's
yeah.
Washington's best offer is Ryan Fitzpatrick to be a bridge quarterback, which isn't bad, but
Oh yeah, Teddy Bridgewater's not that bad. Or you can give up Drew Lock, the
But
younger
if the
quarterback.
Packers still wanted to be
They have Jordan Love
semi-competitive, they
though.
could take Teddy Bridgewater.
True. He could fight over the spot though, Jay. Between Drew
That's
Lock
true. Yeah.
and Jordan Love. Because Drew Lock already got his PT in and
We
Teddy
haven't seen
Bridgewater.
anything with Jordan Love though. I would like to
Apparently,
see Jordan
Yeah.
Love.
Teddy and Drew are fighting for the spot again, according to the
Yeah,
Broncos.
they are.
Good.
I
I think
think
Teddy should have it.
I think they're gonna give it to Teddy.
I
But
would
Yeah.
according to Elway, Locke is their guy.
Yeah,
Like
they gotta
I still believe in Locke a
they
little
gotta
bit.
I
get rid
believe
of
in Lock
Elway,
more than
bro.
Teddy.
I think Locke just he does when I watch him play he doesn't look comfortable. I mean there's
Looks
been a couple games where I
scared,
watch him play.
bro.
Yeah, he looks like jittery. He doesn't look comfortable. I think the game's still fast for him. I mean
He
he's
reminds me of
obviously
MVP Mitch.
look. I have a little bit different take on Trubisky than most people do, but I think Matt Nagy
He
screwed
ruined him.
Trubisky really bad, really bad. Trubisky should have stayed for another year, 100%, because he only started 1 year in college. But you've seen like huge strides in like year 2 from year 1 with Trubisky, and then it all just went away in year 3.
That doesn't happen
So
if Matt
Nagy
Nagy
totally
doesn't
changed the
come
entire
in, yeah,
offense. Yeah,
throw
Mhm.
in a completely different playbook and go, look, we're doing this now because I've seen what you can
yeah,
do, and it
right.
just wasn't like.
It just didn't work, and I don't know why he didn't catch it. And maybe Justin Fields would be better for Nagy than Mitch was, but I think Mitch got done wrong by Nagy, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Yup. And then also, I mean, they sit here looking at their draft. They take Patrick Surtain, which I mean,
They
if
didn't
you
need
give him up,
to.
if you let's say they gave him up for Rodgers and then like future draft picks, you still draft Devontae Williams. You take who I think is like one of the top like 3 or 4 guards in the draft in the 3rd round at Quentin Miners. Like I love that guy. You take outside linebacker out of Ohio State, Baron Browning, but then you go back-to-back safeties with Caden Stearns and Jamar Johnson. And I was praying for us to pick Jamar Johnson
Or
for
Johnson. Yep.
literally 2 rounds of just like, can we please take this guy with one of our
Yep.
6 picks in 2 rounds? Um, Take K Vincent out of LSU, Jonathan Cooper, defensive end out of Ohio State, then Marquise Spencer. Like they made good picks across the entirety of the draft. It was just like
did
further depth. They're already good defense and fixed part of their offensive line.
did they sign Justin Simmons to his extension?
I believe
I know
so.
he was franchise tag, but I don't remember if he got his extension.
I believe they did this offseason. Pretty positive.
That would be the only thing I would say on like why they decided to take back-to-back safeties, is if they were worried they weren't gonna be able to get an extension done with them. I can't find any.
But yeah, I
Can't find
mean, I
it.
think best fit is Broncos. I think they also have the best package
Yeah.
available. Washington's not a bad one. Hope it doesn't happen. I think also one of the reasons why Washington won't happen, I don't think the Broncos want him in the NFC.
No.
I
Yeah,
don't think they want this guy touching the NFC.
no, not
That's
at all.
true.
I mean,
I think even if they felt like he wouldn't win with with Washington, I don't even think they would want him on the side. So
He signed a $61 million deal.
that's okay.
It was
I mean, so if the
35
Packers end
million.
up trading Rodgers away, you don't know what you have in Jordan Love at all because he didn't have any
We
wide
haven't seen
receivers.
him.
they
And
believe in him
honest,
apparently. They could give him Tim Patrick in the trade too, and Aaron Rodgers is still just fine in the Broncos
well,
offense.
they have KJ Hamler that wasn't able to do anything last year, but I think KJ Hamler would probably fit the Tim Patrick role pretty good.
Especially with Aaron Rodgers throwing you the ball.
So would Packers go to rebuild mode? Or do you think they'd still be trying to contend?
I
with
think they're
Jordan Love?
dumb enough
rebuild.
to try and be middle of the pack instead
Yeah.
of just blowing up, like being a full rebuild.
Look, you either gotta blow it up or you have to
If you're blowing
gotta
it
go
up,
all in.
because I think all their GM's trying to do is save himself from getting fired right now.
Yeah.
Like if you blow it up, you might as well just fire the GM.
You might as well just bring in a whole new regime, except for Matt LaFleur. I mean,
And
obviously other
please let someone own the team.
Yeah,
The
that
only
whole
reason
thing
this
is
has gotten
weird.
this bad is because no one owns that team. Because if an
That's the
owner's in
people.
that building, he is sitting there like, what the hell are you
Yeah,
guys doing? But there's no one there.
yeah,
There's no top of the pyramid.
yeah. I don't really understand. I don't even know why that's a thing. I
It's
mean,
like the Hornets. When the NBA
yeah.
owned them, they were just sat there and like nothing happened ever. Drafted Chris Paul, couldn't trade Chris Paul because the league just didn't want the team to completely die and no one ever to buy that team.
But it's not even like it's like a deadbeat town or deadbeat team or anything like that. Like that team is fan base is good. Like
Fan
it's
base
Yeah.
is good. The
why I
legacy
don't
is
understand.
there.
Yeah, I don't understand
Like,
why it's ran the way it is.
please let someone own the team.
Yeah,
As
I
much
don't know.
as much as they thought like it would be a good idea at the time, it's not. It's terrible. For reasons
So
like
if,
this, the GM's just doing whatever the hell he wants to do.
for Rogers is 37 or 38. He's 37 or 38. He gets traded to, let's just say Denver. He says he wants more money because that was a rumor at the end of the year. He wanted a contract extension with more money, and he's already set to make 40 mil this or like 39 mil this year.
You give him the
You,
money.
you give him the money?
Because Broncos are contenders now if they have Aaron.
Yeah, they
Worst
are.
the worst case scenario is wow, you've been contenders. You made a ton of money off of Aaron Rodgers because we all saw it when they had Peyton Manning that they get all the attention in the world. It's a great market.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Lock gets to sit behind him. If Drew Lock finally turns into something, he turns into something. If he doesn't, Aaron Rodgers is probably there for 4 years, and you can just draft someone else to sit behind him at some point.
Tough calls, but I mean,
And that team, their entire offense grows into their prime by the time Rodgers is out.
Yeah.
yeah,
The entire roster is young, but they're
except
all
for Vaughn.
super good.
Yeah,
Which is their leader though. There's not one
he's I
person in that locker room that isn't following what he says.
I I don't think Vaughn's there after this year. I think his time is
Even at that,
he
they
doesn't
have Bradley, don't they?
yeah Bradley Chubb.
B.
Bradley Chubb, and if you extend somebody 61 mil, I mean he's gonna have to be a leader on defense too. So
Yeah, and I'm sure he
I mean
is already.
yeah.
And then if anyone in chat has questions, feel free to throw them in. If not, we're gonna say goodbye to Jay. We're gonna talk about some NBA and wrap it up.
NBA time. Team.
NBA time. We'll update. Mavericks are currently beating the Brooklyn Nets
By
106 to
5.
101 with 1 minute left.
That's uh, I don't want to see unless we beat the
Your Lakers
Clip.
are going in the play-in, buddy. Have fun.
Unless we beat the Clippers today.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, bro? I just feel like now with Andre Drummond, dude, like we have a big guy that can actually grab a board, dude. We don't have freaking Zubac jumping over everyone and grabbing like 20 offensive rebounds. We actually
Yeah.
have someone to block them out. I feel like that's the only thing we mess up. That's the only thing, and the Lakers' problem is second chance points, giving up so much second chance points. So
Like
bad.
Drummond takes the like Drummond's in the paint too much.
Yeah, well, that's
Drummond.
all he knows, though. Like, I don't like that's literally all he knows. He just knows how to grab a ball, pass it, do the same thing, put back, pass it, same thing.
He's one
All he
dimensional.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just unfortunate because AD can't even eat if Drummond's
yeah,
guarding the
cause,
whole paint.
cause yeah, they need to like work on him moving, like moving around for sure. Like not even like move around crazy, but like I think they need to work on a mid jump shot for him and like arc his up his arsenal somehow.
Yeah.
Like not even shoot like a 50%, but like as long as he's like making like shots here and there where he could like pull out a center.
Yeah. That's
I
all you
feel like
need.
that's all they need.
I think that's why
Yeah.
they. I think that's the reason why you guys signed Marcus But Marcus was a teddy bear.
Margot Saul's good, dude. He's just slow. He he isn't fast. Like on defense, he's good, really good.
Yeah.
I feel like we should put him in for at least 15, 20 minutes, give him that much playing time, because you see how the difference between him and Drummond. Like you'll see a lot of spacing,
Yeah.
and that's something we need.
I feel like if anything, you can probably close out with Marcus
Yeah,
more than
I feel
Drummond.
like Anthony Davis will be more comfortable because we know Marc Gasol could shoot threes efficiently.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. I think we're gonna let you rock, man.
All right,
Thank,
man.
thanks for
Alright,
talking with
Appreciate it. It
us,
man.
was
bud.
fun.
Thanks,
No
shit.
problem, man. Talk to you guys later.
Later,
Later, bud.
Jay.
Just over.
Oh,
All
I
right,
forgot what
so
was the topic. Sorry.
we'll get into this. Congrats to the 76ers, Nets, Suns, Clippers, Jazz, and Nuggets all clinching a playoff spot.
What? The Nuggets?
Yeah, then.
Yes,
Know
sir, the
that.
Nuggets did. So hats off to them. We'll kind of go
Yeah.
into our own teams, though. We'll break down the Mavericks, Lakers, and Warriors. Little end of the year talk. Um, We'll each name a team MVP, most improved on our own team, what you think they need to do better to take a next step in the league. Obviously for Omar, this is kind of more just don't be hurt.
Yeah, he had too many injuries. We don't have Dennis Schroeder right now. We don't have LeBron James. We literally don't have a ball handler at this point.
Our team
Oh,
MVP
but
is obviously Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. I mean,
No way, really?
sitting here with Triple Double, I think you can kind of guess it for everybody around. But to get in the more one that could be someone else's name, it said most improved is Dorian Finney-Smith.
Definitely.
100%. I mean, the guy
Yeah.
is
Bro is
we're
strapped.
we're talking sharpshooter,
Yep.
sharpshooter this year. We've had him since 2016. Most people don't know that. They sit here, they probably just learned about him maybe last year.
Yep.
But we had him here since 2016. He's shooting 39.8% in the year. The last 10 games, he's shooting 59% from three. And I think he's on a 11 game streak of above 12 points or 15 points now.
Yeah,
I know he's got
bro's net.
19 against the Brooklyn Nets right now, I think. 17 against the Brooklyn Nets right now. But yeah, that's our most improved by far. And then steps we gotta take to get better. Like just the next step, we gotta shoot better. Like we gotta shoot like it's last year. We're like one of the worst three-point shooting teams, and we're finally starting to shoot like the way that we did before. But it's been terribly inconsistent this year. And then I mean, Kristaps not getting hurt as much would be great. We'll see how much longer we gotta deal with problems like that. Omar, if you want to do a little team breakdown, you can. For the most part, I think we know the answers on the Lakers team.
injuries.
Honestly, team here we'll switch it because it's obviously team MVP LeBron James. Yeah, yeah. Team
Yeah.
MVP with Anthony Davis and LeBron out. Who's it been?
Dennis Schroeder. No, in between Dennis Schroeder or what's I can't remember. I can't give it a Kuzma. Kuzma sucks. I think I think I think a sleeper pick of mine, like who led, would is between for sure. Number one is Dennis Schroeder because Dennis Schroeder was like our main guy when they were hurt. Then I'll give it to Markieff Morris. Markieff Morris has been what's on this year. Markieff
Yep.
Morris has been pretty balling.
Yep.
That's I'm in between those two when Anthony Davis and LeBron out.
And who's been your most improved player this year?
This year, Sheesh. I have two. Just because I mean, last year we really didn't like get too much, but like this year he's averaging 9 points, 9.5 points a game. But I feel like he has the ability to go off when like Dennis Schroeder and him are on the same floor, and that's KCP.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, KCP has been like a dominant player. Him and then I give THT
I
as
think we're
well,
all
dude.
big
Even though he's
KCP fans.
oh yeah,
Best
I
role
think
player in the league by far.
oh 100%. I just feel like I just feel like we need a true shooting guard. So when he comes off the bench, I feel like he'll be more explosive.
Mhm.
Other than that, dude, we're just hoping to stay alive today.
Then anything you guys need to do better, even though you're one of the best defensive teams, whether LeBron and AD are on the court or off the
Yeah.
court.
Spacing the floor. I feel
Definitely.
there's a lot of miscommunication between Dennis Schroeder and Kyle Kuzma a lot when they don't know they need a. The thing is like when we don't have LeBron or AD, like we're lost because we don't have a true leader. Like
Yep.
they don't know they literally lose. They literally forget how to play basketball because they like just don't move. They stay in the same spot.
Yeah,
It's
losing
like
losing games when the other team is in double digits and you guys are still stuck in it aren't fun.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So that's what I feel like they need to work on. Like individual wise, if we could teach Andre Drummond how to like get a mid range and actually space a lot, I feel like we'll be a dominant team, force to reckon with. Because I feel like Anthony Davis is still gonna be the main guy to go to, even when they're both in. Like I just think Andre Drummond is gonna. But it's not just staying in the paint 24/7.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that.
You want to move on to the Warrior stuff?
Yeah, so you already know it's that boy Curry.
Yeah.
Look at Curry, man. Shout out Flight. That boy's MVP. April of the month. I think was he West player West player of the April of the month, something like that. Also, he ended
Yeah,
off with the
he's
week play of the
West
week
Player of the
twice
Month.
in April. But most improved, I I say Wiggins because even though we had him at the fall down of the year when we traded for him, but Wiggins has been hooping, especially that one. I think it's like last week he finally in my mind, he finally get to eat, and he was just that fourth quarter play was just straight. That boy was eating paint, driving in, throwing, catching oops. It was either between him or Poole because Poole came from the G League, and when we signed him or we drafted him, he wanted to be like the Splash Brothers cousins or something like that. So when he came in the league, bro was just shooting threes from like beyond his limits. But yeah, he improved as well. But it's gonna be Wiggins for most improved player for my team. For us to take the next step, we gotta learn how to win the game without Curry, bench wise, because the ball really runs through Curry and Draymond a lot. And when they're not on the floor, when it comes to the bench, it's like no one's not really eating too much. Like it should be. I think what now Kelly Oubre is injured right now, but if he were to come back, he needs to step up his play, and then obviously Jordan Poole between them two, they need to step up and play for the bench and take over. That'd be for
I
sure. Yeah, the
respect it.
bench.
I agree.
And then we'll talk about it real quick too. If the West was healthy, man, I don't even know what like the West would even look like anymore.
Mm.
Everyone fighting for a
If
spot, dude.
Kristaps is healthy the whole year, LeBron, AD healthy the whole year, Klay Thompson's not hurt,
Donovan Mitchell not hurt.
Donovan Mitchell not hurt right now.
Jamal Murray.
I mean, we're
Shit.
talking about teams that are just better than every team but two of them in the East.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Like we still have the Mavericks are fighting for this fifth seed, the Lakers are fighting for the fifth seed, the Portland Trailblazers are fighting to get out of the play-in,
Hmm.
and we're sitting in a world where if everyone's healthy, Portland's the worst playoff team in the West. I mean, I guess
Yeah, they are.
Memphis technically, but it's kind of wild to think where Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum are the bottom of the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of ridiculous that that's where we're at.
The West is stacked, man. It's gonna be like that for years.
I mean, it's ridiculously stacked, and if you had all healthy teams, like the Warriors look like one of the easier first round teams, but if they're healthy, they'd be a top four team in the league.
That's what I was saying. We'd be guaranteed like number 4, 5, the latest.
Yeah, you would at least have the four seed, fifth seed, and it
Yeah,
would
that's
like,
why I believe it. But
and it'd be easy. It wouldn't even be like a worry type.
yeah,
And you'd move down the Nuggets probably, and the Clippers if the like we would say
yeah,
here the Nuggets and the Clippers would be fifth and sixth. The
exactly. That's how I
Mavericks
see
would
that.
still be at seventh, and we're one of the better teams probably.
Hmm.
You're gonna sit there with the Mavericks and Portland being the bottom two teams in the West in a fully healthy conference.
Yep.
When they
That's
have
just crazy.
records that could be the fourth seed in the
In
East.
the East. Yep.
It's just ridiculous, man.
Honestly, Adam
Um,
Silver should make it top 16 teams.
that's
Even
what I
though,
want, but I just don't think they're gonna deal with the traveling of like if the
yeah,
Warriors matched up against Miami in the first round, like you just had to go back and forth.
yeah,
And then
that's
if the
different.
next round they matched up against the Celtics, and then you're going back and forth again for an entire second round, it'd just be kind of tough.
Yeah.
Um, More of a question for Omar, but it applies to the Knicks as well. You guys have terrible records against teams above 500. Are you concerned about
Yeah,
that?
we do. Yeah, we
He
do.
said terrible.
I mean,
It's
it's not good.
uh,
I'll get them up right now, but
Is this with LeBron and AD in there, or is it
it's not
just
complete.
some period?
It's just the whole year.
Oh,
On the year, the Lakers are 14 and 20 against teams above 500. And then the Knicks are the 4 seed in the East, and they're 13 and 19 against teams above 500.
mm,
mm,
Knicks are
yeah,
lucky enough where I mean they're still gonna play someone above 500, so
yeah.
that's
according to
true.
their record, they should probably lose to the Hawks. You guys, as of right now, are for sure gonna play someone above 500, which is gonna be the Nuggets, who are
The
positive
Nuggets.
22 above their.
22, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
Uh,
dropped into the play-in, then you're guaranteed the Suns or Jazz. So I mean, you concerned about their chances in the playoffs if they stay at a lower seed?
no, I don't know. Not necessarily. I don't. I don't think they're they're in a bad spot. Yeah, 14-20, but that stretch came in when the time when AD was hurt, LeBron James was hurt, Dennis Schroeder was in and out, Montrezl Harrell fucking got benched a couple times. We didn't have Drummond yet. Kyle Kuzma was our main leader. Kyle Kuzma's, like I said, trash. Like it doesn't like necessarily scare me just due to the fact that it was what 20 some games that we didn't have our two main superstars. Well,
Mhm.
every team we played had at least one superstar that's able to that's able to take a game over. We don't have like when we don't have LeBron and AD, we don't have a player that can take a game. Like that's our that's our main thing. Like yeah, sure, Andre Drummond could get like 15 and 20, but I mean that's nothing. Like we need someone that could drop like 30, 35, maybe 40 if he has to. We need someone that could hit that clutch game-winning shot for us. And like when that stretch happened, we didn't have anything of that. Like our main player during that stretch that was going off was KCP. Dude, he was averaging like I think almost 17 during that stretch. He was averaging probably like 17 points a game during that
Mhm.
stretch. And against that, bro, it's like we didn't stand a single chance during that stretch. But like before that, like I feel like every time we play the Clippers, we're just shit. I don't know why. Like I don't know if there's just a mental block there or something. Like we're like I don't see, but I feel like we should be beating that team. Uh, who else? Like we only beat what? We haven't really beat like the first or second seed. Like we're not like yeah we didn't really have like a great season this year, but I'm pretty sure like if I look at the last year stats, it's probably the same record. Like if we take a look at what they did last season, they still won the championship.
Yep.
But I mean it was less of a stretch though because I mean they did go to the bubble. But yeah, I'm not worried, dude. Playing the Nuggets, man, we smoked the Nuggets in the second round last year. I mean, Jokic literally every time he plays us, like we have a we if we play if we get like the privilege to play them, it would be easy for us because I mean you saw the last game, man, they shut him down like he really couldn't get stuff. Like what he
Yeah,
dropped
I think it's
32.
your guys' best matchup out of everyone above
Yeah.
four, is getting them in the first round.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's hopefully Andre Drummond doesn't get in foul trouble because that's the reason why he
Uh,
got sat out. Was 'cause foul
oh yeah,
trouble.
that too.
Yeah, and like Marcus was obviously he's not as athletic as Drummond, so it made it easier for him.
We'll touch it even though we already pretty much did. The West has the potential to have 7 teams cross the 40 win mark.
Hmm.
Probably will happen. Most teams have 7 to 8 games left still. Portland has 37. The Mavericks just picked up their 38 as long as we don't lose a 5 point lead in 6 seconds.
Oh, you guys won.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's 109, 113.
Yeah, so Mavericks have 38, Lakers have 37, Portland has 37. So super high chance that 7 teams in the West are going to end with 40.
You get
Mm-hmm.
39 back to back this today and tomorrow, dude. I don't think we're gonna beat the Clippers. I think we beat Trailblazers.
If you guys don't beat the Trailblazers, you know how
Where we fall to the
crazy
seventh seed, yeah.
stuff is going to go down for you guys.
That's gonna be
Because you're
You guys
gonna
got the hardest.
you're gonna get a
Schedule.
Memphis team that's gonna go hard,
And you're
and
gonna get
they're
the
gonna
every
give
team in
you
that
Pelicans.
they're
bubble
gonna
is
give
gonna
you
go
their
over.
best swing.
Oh yeah,
Definitely. That boy Dylan Brooks.
I'm at the East, bro. You got Brandon Clark, you got Aaron Jackson. You just got young guns that are just hungry, dude. That's the crazy thing about them.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like Jaw just has been their leader, and you know that guy's gonna go hard.
Dummy, dummy.
Especially and like not to say that he wouldn't against against Portland, but I feel like anyone that's playing the Lakers in that situation, that can be the ones that
Upset the
take the
upset
Lakers a
them.
little bit more, even if it is just down to the 8th. But
Mm-hmm.
imagine
Yeah.
if you guys get upset at 7th, and then you
Oh
go down
yeah.
and you gotta play Curry.
Nah, suck. Cause we'll probably get fried by that guy only. I don't know, man. We gotta see what goes down with them.
Yeah.
It's really just, it's really just of like how bad do the Lakers want it without LeBron, you know? Like, yeah, with LeBron it makes the whole team hungry. Without LeBron, like they lighten up, like they play. They don't like run. Like they just don't run anything. They just let it be.
Mm-hmm.
They just gotta come out hungry and swinging, dude. The Lakers haven't done that this whole season. Like they just been on chill mode.
You guys got the hardest schedule.
Leading, yeah, our easiest game is literally our final
But
three.
against the Pelicans, I think you play back
Yeah,
to back Pelicans.
yeah. We play it goes Rockets, Pacers, and Pelicans.
I think
Oh,
you guys have 3 back-to-backs in this final stretch, though.
yeah,
That's the most
Yeah,
back-to-backs in the league.
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We have 6. Well, we have 3 of them because then it goes. They play Tuesday, May 11th, and the 12th. Then they play the 15th and the 16th.
Portland has 2 back-to-backs, and we only have one. And that's gonna be we play the Cavaliers tomorrow, and that'll be our only
Well,
back-to-back was
I mean,
playing
I
the Nets
feel I
today.
don't know.
I feel like you guys have the worst end of the stick, probably. Other than, I mean, Portland might have it harder, but having 3 back-to-backs is kind of no joke, especially with no LeBron.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's always gonna be like that.
Definitely
Um,
stressing.
I had one more topic, and it was kind of just a Mavericks one again. Will Luca take his 16th tech on purpose before the playoffs?
He should.
I think he absolutely should. I wanted him to do it at the
Yeah,
end of
he
this
should.
game, so he sat out for the Cavaliers game. But I think it's equally as good if he just plays the Cavs tomorrow and gets it at the end and misses the second game against the Cavs that we have. But I think if
Oh
he's
yeah.
gonna take it, it's gotta be the Cavs game.
Yeah, has to.
Cause I
If
think
not, it's gonna
that's
ruin
our
your.
highest chance at beating a team without him.
Mhm. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, but it'd be best to do it. But it's gonna happen during the playoffs, bro. For
Oh
some
yeah.
reason,
They have
Europeans
to.
playing a lot.
He has to take his 16th before then. Like, there's no way that it's not like background talk after Draymond Green in the finals. Like, no one wants to go into the playoff with number 15.
Yeah, exactly. But knowing him, he's not gonna get against the Cleveland, bro. There's no one. He's not stressing about anyone on Cleveland. It's gonna happen during the playoffs.
Well, that's what I'm saying purposely. Like, he just
Yeah,
30 seconds
that's
left. He just starts just purposely jawing at a ref
yeah,
to
just
get it.
purposely John or just messing around or something, or like get him freaking livid or her livid.
You don't gotta say much nowadays. So,
Literally, don't have
I
to say
mean, he
anything.
literally didn't say anything at all last time that he got a text. So,
That's
Yeah,
true.
some
but
soft ass refs.
we'll wrap it up with the opposite of what we did at the beginning, congratulating the teams that clinched the playoff seed. But
Mhm.
we'll wrap it off with good season to the Orlando Magic. They're officially eliminated. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been. Detroit Pistons have been for a while. Thunder are eliminated now. Minnesota Timberwolves are eliminated, and the Houston Rockets are eliminated. The Pelicans and the Kings both have chances to sneak into the play-in, and then I don't really see the Bulls or the Raptors sneaking in 3 games behind the Wizards. So
That's true.
I'm hoping the Wizards make it, man.
yeah, good season to those teams. Good shit to the teams that have clinched the playoff seed already. But yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Feel like that was went a little bit longer than we expected with the NFL talk. I think we
Yeah.
kind of got
Oh yeah,
into it,
definitely.
but that was a good episode 3. Episode
Uh,
4 probably next week on Thursday, depending on what's up. But
Mhm.
I'll probably be the next time that you hear from us. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time.
bye guys.
Hey.